hope you're having a wonderful day today. Today I have quite an Hermes haul for you, including a quota bag. And I know many of you are puzzled, so I am going to share a story time. And if you just want to fast forward to the items, that's totally fine. Sometimes YouTube will do stamps down below, but if not, just fast forward if you don't want to hear how this came to be. And I'm also going to share with you, has this changed my opinion on the brand? So before we get into that, if you're new to my channel, my name is Melinda. If you're returning, thank you so much for coming back. I truly appreciate it. And I would love it if you have not done so already. I'm so rusty at YouTube. If you could hit that subscribe button down below, join us here and just have some fun. This is the worst time of day possible to film. There is no way, even though all the shutters are closed, I am going to have bits of light, and it's just that's how it is. I had a choice last night. I had a long day and I had a choice where I could film this video or I could call my friend who I told I was going to call last night. I took that option and had a lovely 2-hour call. Always prioritize your life, what means the most to you, and that's what meant the most to me, so that's what I did. And so yeah, I know a lot of you are like, what what the heck? So let's do a little story time. And like I said, I might have already said it, I might not have, but if you don't want to hear it, that's fine. If you want to just zip forward to the bag. I had decided I wasn't going to film this because I'm like, I'm going to get so much hate. And then I decided, you know what? If somebody hates me over a bag, wonderful, bye. I don't care. I'm done with it. I don't care. So there's people that are going to be interested and there's people that aren't, and that's true with any type of video that's on the internet, anything at all. There's things I don't want to watch. There's things I do want to watch, so I get it, and that's fine. It's totally fine. So a lot of you had asked in different videos, have my sales associate ever reached out to me again? She did. She wished me a happy Mother's Day, and I wrote her back very nicely, and I thought that was very sweet. And then she texted me a few weeks before, so we have an Hermes in Nashville now, and she texted me a few weeks before the grand opening, and she said, do you have some time for a phone call? And I said, yes, sure. And so she called me. I told her what days I'd be home, so she called me a couple of days later, and she was her, and it was lovely. We talked for quite a while, and she told me some things she was going to do that were, I was like, one of them I'd done. I was like, have you ever done that before? She's like, no. I'm like, oh my gosh, you're going to be, yeah, I have so much fun. And we're talking, and she's like, I just wanted to make sure, you know, my manager, I want to make sure that you knew you were invited to the grand opening at Hermes. I said, yes, I got the email. She goes, well, so many people don't open their emails. And I said, yeah. I totally get that. And so, and she's like, are you going to go? And I said, yeah, I am going to go. So my husband and I had decided to go. Why? Simply because I've never been invited to a grand opening, and I may never be invited to one again. And I just thought it was interesting. I wanted to see what it was like, and you know, just wanted to check it out. So I'm like, they sent me an invitation, I'm allowed to come. So I was going, and we talked about what I should wear, and we're going on and on about, you know, she's like, wear your shawl and wear your Hermes, you know, boots, your Neo boots. And I was like, I'm wearing this denim dress. It's like, what I was wearing went so much better with their theme of their party than what I ended up wearing. So anyways, we talked about all of that, and it was a very nice conversation. She reached out to me again while I was in Paris. I happened to be up in the middle of the night. I used my phone as a flashlight, and so I texted her back right away, and she wanted to call me and talk about the party. And I'm like, you know, it's the middle of the night in Paris, and so we have not had a chance to talk again since. Okay, interrupting myself for a second, I forgot to mention part of our conversation that I thought was very nice. She told me, and maybe I say it later on, and I will delete this out of the video, but so at the point I'm editing at now, I have moved on. So she told me if I was offered a bag to take it, that she would not be able to offer me one this year. I know I say that part, but I don't know if I say the other part. But she was like, I don't want you to feel guilty in any way, shape, or form. I want you to take the bag if you get offered one. I cannot can't get you one this year, and don't feel bad about it. I thought that was really nice. Don't feel guilty, don't feel bad, take it. And she's like, you know, I thought that was nice because I've been a very, very loyal client. I have never bought from any other Hermes store ever except from her, and a few things online which she's aware of. So I thought that was very, very nice. Okay, back to the video. So I don't know how many days before the party, I get a text from a sales associate, and she's like, hi, this is my name, and would you like to schedule an appointment with me for Friday? So the party's on Thursday. Would you like to schedule an appointment with me for Friday to tour the boutique? I said, sure, why not? I'm not expecting a bag. I'm not expecting anything, but I'm like, I've never been invited to anything like this, so why not? I'm like, okay. So I'm like, how about like 4 o'clock? So I was trying to make it easy on my husband. So where they put this Hermes is somewhere where I will not drive by myself. Maybe if they get a parking garage, but it's like all construction, very, very small amount of valet, and it's just, so he said he would drive me, and he actually, we got lucky, actually. We were able to parallel park right in front of the store. We got very lucky, but I had to go back at a different time, and he had to circle, and yeah, 2 times I had to go back, and he had to circle. So anyways, I said yes to that too. So the night before the party, the email comes out at like 7 or something. I get it at 8 something, and they're like, it's cocktail attire. I was like, okay, so the invitation said, we will give you more information about the event as it gets closer. And that's when we got the information, because I had reached out to that sales associate. I'm like, do you know what the other information is? So I'm scrambling at the last minute. I don't go to cocktail parties. I can't tell you. The last one I went to was in 2022, and it was on a beach. And so, you know, I wasn't wearing the same thing that I would wear to an indoor type of thing. And so I was messaging Dale from Dale's Addiction, because that's a good time for me and an Australian to talk. It's hard to talk to my Australian friends. We have quite a gap between us. And she's absolutely the most fashionable person I know. Undone by Dale. Sorry about that, Dale. Undone by Dale, and I will link her channel down below. And I was sending her dress options, and I ended up wearing the dress that I wore to my first daughter's wedding. And her advice was, don't be the one there that is trying the hardest. I'm like, gotcha. And I was talking to my other friend, the one that I called last night, and she's like, do not carry one of your Birkins. Do not do that. Just don't even be that girl. Don't be carrying a tote. And I was like, okay, I will not carry a tote. So we get to the event. We're supposed to be there at 6. It's at the store, and then the party moves somewhere else. And we take an Uber because they were shuttling people to the party and back, you know, to the store to get your car from valet. But I'm very happy we took an Uber, because we were able just to leave from the party, and we didn't have to mess with, you know, doing all of that. So we go in, the store is jam-packed, and the first person I meet is a lovely lady from Florida. And I was telling her, I'm like, can you believe they sent that email out so late? And she's like, I know. She's like, I'm from Florida, and I was in a hotel. This is what I have. I'm like, well, you look beautiful. I love your outfit. I would never have thought your outfit didn't fit. And I met a lady from California, and then we go upstairs and we're walking around, and then I meet this lovely lady that watches me on YouTube. Her name is Sylvia. If you're watching, hi Sylvia. And her lovely sister-in-law. And Sylvia had an appointment the next day as well. And so we go to the party, and I'm going to insert some pictures of the boutique and some of the things that we saw. And so they announced, you know, their shuttles are going to be going for the party. Well, I'm having the severe back pain, right? And as I'm meeting lovely Sylvia, I'm smiling and talking and standing up, and a tear rolls down my face. I'm mortified. I'm absolutely mortified. I'm like, I'm sorry. I'm in a lot of pain. I'm like, I'm so sorry. But so we were the first people out of there. I was like, I need to sit down. So we got in a private car, and then there was a lot of like, I don't know what the other cars were. Vans or something. And so we go over there. There's no chairs. There's no chairs, not one single chair. If there was, I couldn't find them. It was this really huge event space. They just did it up so beautifully. The whole theme of the Nashville store is guitars. So my outfit would have worked so much better. Denim and boots, you know, it would have worked so much better. But they had they did the whole wall with this theme, and I will insert a picture of me at the party. And it was really, really, really neat. And they had several bars set up. And then right before we're gonna go to sit down for dinner, I happened to pass by Victoria and Blake from Accounting for Luxury. And I got to meet them. And I will link Victoria's channel down below. If you haven't been following her, I'm not gonna tell you any of her story. She does a great, I think she has 2 videos, and I'll link her videos. Watch her videos. She might have 1, I don't know. I think she has 2. But anyways, watch her. She's really sweet. So, and she had an appointment the next day, and her appointment was much earlier than my appointment. So we go and we have dinner, and it's like buffet kind of style, not buffet style, family style. And unfortunately, it went pretty late, and we had to leave before they had entertainment, which was watch Victoria's channel. Because I messaged her the next day, and I was like, we had to leave. I'm like, what happened afterwards? So find that surprise on her channel, because I forget. And so that's when we were very happy that there was an Uber, because they were not doing the shuttles at that time. And so we had to come on home. So fast forward to the next day. And the next day we go in, and we're going to go in for the appointment, and I'm messaging Victoria before, because her appointment was at 11 and mine was at 4. I'm like, are they giving out bags? And she's like, yeah, it seems like they are. And I will say this from her channel, I believe she said pretty much everybody that had an appointment on Friday got a quota bag offered to them. And she was offered some things, but didn't. You watch her channel, I'm not going to tell you what. And so I was like, okay, cool, that's good to know. And then she was telling me about the parking, and I messaged her, I'm like, we lucked out. We got parallel right in front of the store. And so my sales associate was running a little late with her other client. And so we're looking around the store. They had this special bag brought in, just made for Nashville. And I'll insert a picture of it. It is a Birkin with stars on it. It is spectacular. And we're walking around, waiting. And I go back into that room where the bags are. And there is a lady sitting at the table, and she is being offered that bag. And I'm like, oh my goodness, it's so cool. And I'm not going to use her name for privacy reasons, because I don't know that she would want me to. She lives in my town, which I thought was really cool. So when her sales associate went away, I walked over and I'm like, hey, can you take in that bag? And she's like, yeah. I'm like, oh my gosh. She goes, mine is actually black and gray. And she showed me the video. And I don't know why I didn't video. I didn't take a picture. I was so shocked that I got a bag. So I was like, oh my gosh, that's so cool. And she's like, they said that I can't have, they're not selling that one, the one that's in the display case. I was like, oh, that's interesting. She had a stack, I don't know which arm, of Hermes Pave gold bracelets. But we got to talking with her and her husband. They were so lovely, so nice. And I sent her a picture the next day. We started following each other, and I sent her a picture the next day of the bag that I got. And I sent a couple of other people the picture. And all the people I met that night, and then a few other people. So she comes out, and when it's finally our turn, and I knew about 2 of the items from talking with Victoria. And so I asked to see those 2 items. And within 10 minutes, she's like, what kind of bag do you want? And I'm just like, what? I have not spent nothing, not enough to get a bag, okay? And I was like, well, I would like a Birkin, a 25 or 30, a Kelly, 25 or 28. I said absolutely no Epsom leather. I'm open to other leathers. and I told her the colors that I like. I said I like pink, I like deep blues, and I like deep greens. And I have plenty of pink bags at this point. At this point, I'm like, I don't get pink, I don't get pink, and that's fine. So clearly I didn't get pink. So now let's get into the unboxing part. So now you know how it happened, went, had fun, and yeah, we'll get into a few more things. Need to finish this part. So while we're shopping, my husband's like, is that Post Malone? I'm like, I don't know. Like, yeah, that's him. He's like standing right next to us. Here's the cool thing about Nashville. We do not bother people. It doesn't matter who you are, how famous you are. We do not bother people. Probably they would bother Taylor Swift, probably. But most people do not get bothered. And when I went back downstairs to pay, that star bag was gone. And I'm like, oh, they do too sell it to Post Malone. But then after I had to exchange something, it was still there. So they did show it to somebody. But so let's get into what I bought. The first two items are limited edition to Nashville only. And I am framing both of them. I do not intend to use either one of these. So they're of course not real unboxings. So I got this guitar charm. It is so cool. And it says Hermes Nashville, made in France. Doubt that will possibly come up. This is really neat. There's a guitar pick in here. I'm trying to figure out how to frame it where the guitar pick can be seen. This is a sterling silver guitar pick, and it says Hermes France, Hermes Paris, made in France. But that's so cool that it's actually a sterling silver guitar pick. And I tried this on my Rouge Garnet bag and on my black Birkin, and it actually works on both of those. But I'm not a huge bag charm person. And so yeah, I'm gonna frame this. So let me get this out of the way. And the next thing that I bought is this is also gonna be framed. And you'll get it when you see it. This is the exact decor that they had on the walls. I'll insert a picture. I will not be able to show you. If you could see this room, it is a disaster. There's no way. I cannot get to that mirror and film. But anyways, I'm gonna have this framed. Isn't that cool? It is so neat. It is so Nashville, and it just totally reminds us of the party. And my husband was like, yeah, that's really neat. I'm telling y'all, this was the perfect luxury storm. I told my husband this. He's like, yeah, it was. So I got offered the P9 Speedy. Then I get offered a Quota bag, and then I am leaving for London and Paris, and I have a sales associate there now. I actually now have two people that I can work with there now, and two different brands. And I had already purchased one bag because it was a pre-order, and I had several others that were coming in. I was just like, this is a lot of stuff. So I'm going to insert a picture. I bought the fresh boots in the suede and the shearling. And I should not have bought them. They did not fit. And I was telling myself that they will fit, they'll fit, they'll fit. The ones from last year are so big, I have insoles in them. And they're also uncomfortable. So why am I getting another pair? I don't know. But so that's why we had to go back to the store, and that's when I saw that the bag was there, because I knew I would not make the 30-day window. So they'll give you a store credit and you don't have to use it that day, because it did not even occur to me that it was opening week. So I bought them on a Friday and returned them on a Tuesday, and he drops me off and there's like a line, and I'm like, oh no, are they gonna let me in? And I walked up to the gentleman, I'm like, I just need to return these. He's like, oh sure. He's like, just go to that desk over there. So I was like, okay. So I did that, and this kind of gets a little strange. I asked her, do you need my receipt? And she's like, I can look it up by your phone number, but your receipt would be easier. And I'm like, okay. So I give her my receipt, and then she's like, can I keep your original? And I'm like, no. And here's what, and that happened in between. I asked her where the serial number was in the bag. I can't find it for the life of me. I know it's in there. It's just my eyesight. I've done a flashlight. I can't find it. It is on that receipt. And she's trying to keep it. And she's like, well, we emailed you a receipt. Well, that serial number is not on that email. And I was like, no, I want my receipt back. I'm like, thank you, but I will take it back. So what I exchanged it for, I went in and I tried on a larger size. They still did not work. And they're new. They're brand new there. So keep that in mind. So what I exchanged it for did not come with a box. It was in some tissue paper. I got a bust, yeah. I was just trying to get exactly within the price point of the boots, and I did. So what I wanted was the farandole bracelet. That thing, the toggle is 10 times worse than the, no, it's the Chandonk bracelet. I have the farandole. I wanted the Chandonk bracelet that's very similar to the farandole. I could not get that on and off by myself. My husband had it, and it was loose. And my husband, that toggle's just so big. So I ended up getting this. This in, I think it's peppermint and menthe. The inside is menthe. And I use these and use these and use these. So I got this. And then my daughters were like, why on earth are you buying boots anyways? And we have such a short winter here and blah, blah, blah. But they didn't fit one way or the other. So I ended up getting a ring, and this is also how it came. So I did not take the ribbon off. That's how it came. And it is absolutely beautiful. And it's a huge, huge statement ring. And I'm going to have trouble showing it to you. Let me take this off. Get this one off. Just has to roll off. Okay. Yeah. Okay. That works. Put down there. Okay. So, yeah, there's no way I can show that to you. That one. But that is what it looks like on me. And I had on the giant crochet. I'm not sure how to say that ring. And they can be worn side by side, but they really aren't the best side by side. So I got that ring, which I think is really, really neat. And put that back. It's back on. Okay, now when we were leaving and paying, they gave us 2 gifts. I'm going to share that with you. And I've read this before, that they have the years on the ribbon. I've looked at my ribbon. I have never seen ribbon with the year on it. Can you see that? Hermes 2025. And I have tons of that ribbon over there on the bed, but there was a little tiny piece that was down in this bag. So, and there's my receipt that I got. And then also the gifts. They gave us gifts as we were leaving. They gave us these. They both came in a dust bag. It's the same gift, so I'm only going to open up one of them. And it came with a little Hermes Jardin. It's a little notebook that you can jot down whatever your thoughts in. It's really cute. And then it also came with this little set of, I'm just going to call it Jardin. That's what I'm going to call it, okay? And this has in it a little lotion and a really good size. I guess I'd opened the other one up before. I picked the wrong bag. A really good size fragrance. There. No, the wrong way. There. So I thought that was really neat. That was cool. Get that. And then, so let's get to the bag. That's what you're wanting to see. Let me set these down and move this. Put the ring away. Okay. And any guesses from the box size? This is a long video. I'm sorry, but I wasn't going to do 2 videos and do one with the story time and then one with the bag. I just don't do it. Like, it's hard enough for me to film these days. So open it up. And I promise not to make that horrifying squealy noise. There it is. And take it out. And there's the little booklet that it comes with, and it doesn't come with they don't include the rain jacket, coat, whatever anymore. They haven't for a while now, so you don't get that. So let me get this out of my way. And it is a color that they have just done so far in 2025. It's a new color for 2025. And to reveal, ta-da! I said I wasn't going to do that. I just did that. Sorry. I didn't do it loudly though, but I did do it. It is in the color Vert Mangrove. Vert Mangrove, and it is a color for 2025. And then I got this beautiful twilly to go with it, and I will insert some pictures of it without the twilly on it. And so normally in Las Vegas I'm not allowed to film, and apparently we're allowed to film in Nashville. And but I usually take a picture of the there's a little white sticker. Well, it's not even a sticker, it folds over. It's just a piece of paper that's on the box. And every bag I have a picture of that, and it has the serial number, it has all the information about the bag. And I don't know, because there was no way I was getting a bag. And like 10 minutes in, there's a bag. I could not believe it whatsoever. So I don't have that information, but this is what's cool about it. And I have not removed any of the stickers, but let me put it back together and show you and see if you notice it. Because I got it home and I'm looking at it and I'm like, oh wow. So they've been doing this year on some bags. I've seen a few unboxings that have this. It is permabrass, which normally you only get on a special order. Like, it's really a special to get rose gold and equally permabrass. So it's like a champagne gold color. It's absolutely beautiful. And I will insert a picture of me wearing this. I have worn this, and it is comfortable, and you got the feet on the bottom. It is in Togo leather. I love Togo leather. And to show you it all around, it's such a pretty shade of green. And I did not have a single green bag. Well, I have that Longchamp. It's super bright, like a Kelly green. It's a really fun green, but I didn't have any kind of a dark green bag. So let me show you the inside. I know we've all seen this before, but just in case you want to, and then I'll wrap this up because yeah, we're long-winded here today, baby. I guess I'm long-winded every day. My husband tells me that a lot. Actually, my grandfather used to call me Wendy, and I thought he was calling me Wendy after Wendy's because her name is Melinda. He named the restaurant after her. He called her Wendy for some reason. No, he was calling me W-I-N-D-Y, Wendy. She talks a lot. So there's the inside. You have 2 slip pockets in the front and zip in the back, and the inside is Chev leather. And here are the strap. Here's the strap. Maybe you can see the hardware a little bit better on the strap because I have removed that. Maybe that shows up better that it's champagne. Focus, stupid thing. Focus, focus. There we go. Oh, there you go. You can see it next to gold too. See? It's champagne. It's so pretty. And then I never use the cloche. Where is it? Oh, here it is. But I'll show you it with it on. And I just really like this size a lot. I probably would have liked a 25 just as much, but I think it's a really good size. I like it a lot. And then, I want to show you something. Okay, what if I just don't pause the camera? I have to pause the camera. Okay, it's on the bed. I want to show you something really fast. Okay, I told you I was rusty. So anyways, there's the cloche. I didn't quite do it all the way up, but there's the cloche. And what I wanted to show you is I got an organizer for it from Zimoni. And this is the thin felt. And I do have a discount code for them down below. And you can check that out. But I think I got one for my Birkin 25 as well, just to show you what it fits like inside. It fits very nicely and it doesn't make any dents or marks or anything. But I will tell you, with almost all of my organizers, I do not store them in my bags. A couple of them I do, but the majority of them I do not. But yeah, so there's that. And yeah, I was really excited. Okay, so let me answer the question. Do I have different feelings about the brand? No, I do not. It's the same business model. Nothing's going to change, I don't believe. You know, it's the same. It's not, everybody was very nice and I had a nice time, and my sales associate is super, super sweet. But no, my perception of the game and all of that has not changed. So there's your answer to that. And also, there's no way I would ever go there by myself. I just, where do you park? I mean, I asked my sales associates, I'm like, where are you parking? Because it's, you know, she's like, there's an underground parking for the employees and they all leave together. And I was like, oh, that's wonderful. That made me happy to hear, because, you know, it's a very interesting area where it's at. There's no parking. So no parking. So anyways, thank you for letting me share. I hope you have a wonderful, wonderful day. And I hope to share that vlog with you soon. And I hope to talk to you very soon. Take care. Bye-bye.